Hey guys, welcome back to Vertical Momentum. I'm your host, Richard Kaufman, also known as the Comeback Coach. Guys, if you want to know what the future of artificial intelligence is, this is the episode for you. My brother Austin is changing the game. He's a CEO, he's an author, speaker, podcast host, Swiss Army knife of positivity. I'm so grateful to have him today. Austin, my brother, welcome to the show.
Richard, thank you so much for having me, man. It's truly an honor. I'm excited to have an awesome conversation with you today.
I want to give a big shout out, first of all, to Joe Graham. Without Joe Graham, we wouldn't be friends. We wouldn't know of each other. So thank you, Joe Graham. And also thank you, Celsius Energy, for giving me energy to keep me doing these things that I do all the time. We both love Celsius. So thank you, Celsius. So, Austin, first question right out of the gate. What is your definition of resiliency?
My definition of resiliency is no matter what obstacles come your way, you do it anyway because you love doing it.
I love it. Now, being both Jersey boys, we're both from down the shore. We have to learn a lot about resiliency, especially, coming from the East Coast. We're very resilient. We're very hardcore, as some people would say, especially if you're from Jersey. So give us a quick down and dirty. Where'd you come from? Where'd you grow up? And how did you become such a force like you are today?
Yeah, sure. So I grew up in the Jersey Shore. So I moved there to Point Pleasant when I was, I guess, about 10 years old. Lived there until I was about 13 or 23. Sorry. So 13 years in Point Pleasant and in that area. Went middle school, high school there. And that's when I really started to grow on social media originally. I've been doing social media marketing since I was 14 years old. So about 20 years, 21 years now, which is kind of crazy to think about. But I got started on MySpace and I started growing large followings, growing my following on there. I had hundreds of thousands of followers on MySpace and I was making money as a 14, 15, 16-year-old promoting local bands and t-shirt companies. And I even had a really brilliant friend who was a web developer. And we actually had an early software tool that helped other people grow on MySpace. And I leveraged my audience on MySpace to grow that tool. It's kind of funny. I'm kind of doing the same thing now that I was doing 20 years ago, which is crazy. But I ended up moving out to Orange County, California, when I was about 23 years old, stumbled into an internship at a video marketing, video production agency that specialized in the behavioral health space. So helping therapists, psychologists, behavioral health experts, addiction treatment centers do well online, on social media, create videos with their life-changing expertise. And we figured out how to get that out into the world in the format where people were watching and listening and learning, spending all of their time. And I really loved that. And I stuck with that pretty much ever since. I worked my way up from being an unpaid intern to a paid intern to a part-time employee to a full-time employee to basically running that agency. My boss was my mentor. I was very fortunate to find someone who believed in me and invested in my growth and sent me to sales training and sent me to conferences, paid for coaching for me and really invested in me. And that agency failed. My boss became my business partner and we started a brand new marketing agency at a more traditional business model. That was my first full foray into entrepreneurship. That was called Socialty Pro. Did that for about 6 years. That's where I really started to grow my personal brand as it is today on social media, starting on TikTok. And I use that to leverage to grow across all of the other platforms. But to be honest with you, I kind of got burned out in that space. And I'm still burned out on the agency space. I don't want to touch that with a 10-foot pole. I don't want to do any done for you. I don't do any coaching consulting right now because I just don't like it, don't want to. But during that process, I have so many repeatable steps and processes that actually helped people. And I always love helping people. And that transitioned into really where I'm at today in the software space. So I created a software tool. We launched it about 3 years ago or so, called Syllaby, which automates video marketing to social media. It's great for business owners, great for content creators, etc. And it's really based off of the best practices and everything that I did at my agency. And I've been in this software game for about 3 years, and I love it. And that's when I entered the AI game as well. So I've been in the AI world for a little over 3 years, maybe 3.5 years at this point, and it's become my whole world. I started AI Marketing World, which is an in-person conference. I spoke at, or I taught at Duke University AI entrepreneurship this year. It's opened up so many incredible opportunities for me. We're still on the beginning of AI, but that's kind of the long-winded ramble of the last 20 years of my life and how I got to where I am today.
I love it. And you just got back from Alex Hormozy. You got to do some cool stuff with Jonathan Mast. He was there hanging out with you. So I want to give a big shout out to Dr. Robert Garcia. He's actually the king of PR right now. He helps me with all my PR. He's actually going to do a press release for this episode for you. And I want to give a big shout out to Garcia Global Media. Without him, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing today. So I just want to give a big shout out and say thank you, Rob. So one of my questions is, everybody wants to get in the AI game, but it seems like nobody wants to learn AI. They don't want to go deep. They just want to go surface level. And I think in order to get proficient at using AI, you have to go down that rabbit hole. You have to go pretty deep. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think you should. I mean, don't get overwhelmed either. There's so many tools that are out there, literally thousands to tens of thousands of AI tools. Some are deep tech. Some are what's called a wrapper, which is a particular purpose, leveraging another tool as its tech stack and back end. You don't need to use all of them. You really just need to look at what are the blockers, the bottlenecks in your life, in your business, and seek out an AI solution for that. And then learn those particular tools. Don't have the shiny object syndrome that everybody seems to have of, oh, I got to try this new thing. Oh, I got to try this new thing. Go deep, as you're saying, on 1, 2, maybe 3 tools tops. If you follow people like me, like I'm a part of the problem because I'm constantly sharing new tools and stuff, but that's the kind of marketing strategy that I follow. You as the actual user of AI need to really go deep and figure out a couple key tools that will make an impact in your business, in your life, will give you that ROI. Because if you're just scratching the surface, if you log into ChatGPT one time and you say, write me a blog article, and it's a crappy blog article and you write it off, it's not the tool that's bad. It's your inability to learn how to use it effectively. That's the problem. So the more time that you spend on these tools, the more ROI and productive outputs that you're going to get. I totally agree with you.
I'm a big ChatGPT guy. That's the one that I decided to go down the wormhole on. I mean, but I use stuff like Opus Clip. That's stuff that I'm into. But I see you go pretty deep on ChatGPT, and a lot of people, like you said, they say, well, it doesn't work. Well, it's because of the prompts that you're putting in. If you're putting in a prompt like every other Tom, Dick, and Harry, you're going to get that same prompt. So talk about how important your prompts are to what your answers are.
Oh, it's everything. It's so important. Like I said, like a bad prompt would be, write me a blog article on this topic. It will give you an output, but it's not going to be as good as a prompt like, you are an expert copywriter that has studied the the best SEO experts and copywriting principles on the internet. Your goal is to write a 1,500 word research-backed article on X, Y, and Z topic for my website. Here is my website so that you can do some research. What questions can you ask me so that I can provide my experience and authority and trust factor to that article and in my voice? You can even go deeper than that. But if you do a prompt like that, it will ask you some questions. It will give you a much better output. You can refine it, make it in your own voice, and then take that over and paste it as your blog or anything else that you want to do. So, act as is always a great precursor in any prompt. Act as this. State your goal, state the output. I love adding in what questions can I answer for you, ChatGPT, to make your output even better. And then kind of just going back and forth and having that conversation, you're going to get 100 times better outputs than just write this blog article for me.
I love it. So yeah, I have a question by Craig. Craig asks, why should I pay for ChatGPT when I can get the free ChatGPT?
It depends what your use cases are. If you only want to use it for simple text things, go ahead. If you want to use some of the bigger capabilities, custom GPTs, connectors, so that you can connect your Google Drive and Gmail and Calendar and some of these other like external tools in there, agent mode, which actually is the next thing. So imagine based on the previous prompt, write a blog article on X, Y, and Z. Imagine if it didn't just write the article, but then logged into your website, published it, and optimized it for SEO, and then also shared the link across all of your social media. Well, that's agent mode that's built into ChatGPT. It also has, you can also access Sora, which is their video generation model in there. You can use it more of the advanced models that are in there as well. But if you're just starting, start on the free plan. You don't have to pay for every individual tool. But if you really start to hit limits, or you are already getting a little bit of an ROI and you want to go deeper, it is absolutely worth paying for.
And I love it. Now, I always wondered, how can somebody get, and I'm still amazed when I look at the numbers, how can somebody get 2 million followers just on Facebook? And it's amazing how, and you put out a post, I think maybe 45 minutes ago. I read all your posts, so I follow everything you do. Talking about how, some people will post on Facebook once, twice a day. You're talking, and I guess you've also picked up from Alex Hormozy, like I did. He posts up to 400 different pieces of content a week. So if you're posting once a day on Facebook, you're not going to get a whole lot of engagement, right?
Yeah. So I'm probably not as extreme as Alex is. I'm pretty hardcore. I post about 20 to 25 times a day on Facebook. So, maybe a little shy of Alex's 400 there, but I am team quantity over quality as you're scaling. So the caveat here is quantity leads to quality. The more that you post what you deem as quality, I'm not just saying don't just like randomly just post crap. It's got to be, you've got to know who your target audience, your ICP is. What value are you trying to provide? What is your niche? Have that core understanding of who you want to reach, how you can help, what value and what pain points are they interested in and struggling with. You have that core understanding. Test content at scale, text posts, images, long form videos, short form videos, collaboration posts. Go in your memories and repost something from a year ago or 2 years ago if it's relevant in there. Test. The more that you put out, the more or the faster you're going to figure out, okay, this format of content works better than everything else. Let me now slow down if I want, or double down on that thing. So all good marketing is testing, testing, testing until something performs a little bit better than the norm, and then validating that, going deep on that thing until it no longer works. And then you go back to test, test, test. So that's kind of my process. Facebook is by far my number one platform. I have like 2.1 million followers on there. I'm still growing incredibly fast every single day. But my platform of choice used to be TikTok. And I used to post 5 to 10 videos a day on TikTok. I've since slowed down quite a lot. But because I got those reps in first, I know what I can post that's going to get 100,000 views on TikTok, much more likely. So that's what I do. You get in those reps first. And the reason you're, and I'll also say this, that a lot of people are going to balk at that number. It's a lot easier to get to that than you think it is. And the other thing to keep in mind is no one's going to care, because if you post a ton of times, maybe 1 or 2 people get slightly annoyed with you. Who cares? If you're trying to put your message out there, help people, grow your business, they'll either be fine or tell them to, hit the road, because you're working on bigger things. Always remember that the only person that is going to see every single thing that you post is you. So it's okay to post as much as you freaking can, and even repost some of your top performing posts every couple months. I will repost things because not everybody sees every single thing that you post. So you're never going to annoy people. But the reality is that we're living in a quantity era, quality at quantity. So you've got to post more. Otherwise, you're going to get buried.
And, like I had Dennis Yu on my show 3 times. I actually had the pleasure of meeting him at MIC 2019. And he taught me the dollar a day method. I don't think it's $1 a day anymore, but I know that boosting your posts that do real well can get a lot more engagement. So is boosting still a thing? And do you recommend it?
I don't do any of that. I don't spend any. I'm a little stubborn. I know Dennis's $1 a day strategy. We've tested it on X Twitter, and it's worked great. I personally am just a little stubborn. I don't spend any money on my reach. It's all organic.
Okay. So then how do we, if you're somebody like me, I mean, Mr. Facebook actually shut me down. So I had to start all over again from zero.
Zuck.
How dare you? I got the Zuck attack. So if I'm rebuilding, how can I rebuild quickly, but also rebuild with quality instead of just quantity?
So it's a great question. So again, know exactly what you want to do and who you want to reach. So you've got to spend that time, or use ChatGPT or any AI tool, LLM of your choice, to nail down your ICP, your ideal client persona. What are their pain points? What are they struggling with? What are you able to offer them to help them? And what does that format of content look like? Do you focus on text, video, long text, short text, images, carousels, videos, live streams, whatever format of content? Right? Once you have that plan in place, connect with a lot of other creators in your niche. Networking is one of the best things that you can do on Facebook. There's a lot of collaboration opportunities, but when you're just getting started, if you want to grow fast, just provide value. Engage regularly, show up every single day. Like you said, you follow me. There's 30 other people that are large content creators like me in the AI space, and all of us interact and engage with each other online. We mentioned Jonathan Mast. There's Jeff J. Hunter. There's Jonathan Montoya. There's Dennis Yu. There's Molly Mahoney. There's all of these amazing experts. Whatever your niche is, find those people, follow them, regularly engage and connect with their content every single day, provide value. Meanwhile, you're creating content consistently. You can also share your posts into Facebook groups, which is a great way to send traffic back to your page as long as it's valuable. So you can go in the search bar on Facebook, whatever niche that you're in, type in that topic. You'll find active Facebook groups. Be an active member in those groups. And occasionally, I'm not saying spam, but occasionally share your content from your profile into those groups, which are targeted eyeballs. A percentage of them will come back over and engage with your account. And that's really the framework right now. Reels will get organic reach and be automatically distributed. But Facebook, in my experience anyway, text and image posts, they're not distributing it to new audiences without initial engagement. And so if you're starting from scratch, your content just won't reach a lot of people, but Reels will. So if you kind of stack those three things, those three strategies together, that's how you'll grow really quickly.
What about thread posts? Because I've seen they become very, very popular lately.
Yeah. So text posts are by far the number one post for me personally. And so what these look like is it'll be like, I use black background, white text. It's kind of a clickbait headline. It'll be like, rest in peace to Photoshop. These 5 AI tools teach you how to do editing better and faster, cheaper. Right. And then I'll have like a down pointing finger emoji in there. And then in the comments, one by one, each comment will be one of the tools or one of the steps or one of the tips creating a thread. This is just a format that works really well. If you think about like a Twitter thread or X thread, it's just kind of that same format of content. It's worked so well for me. I used to use ChatGPT. I had a GPT task, which is a recurring scheduled task that wrote them for me. But I actually used AI to create my own software tool. So that's called threadmaster.ai. Yeah. And what that does is basically you enter in whatever topic that you want, and it will write one of these threads for you. And then you just copy and paste it over to Facebook. It's like for me, it's like a money printing machine because I just use it every day. If I I mentioned 20 to 25 pieces of content, I can just go in there and say, write enter ChatGPT prompts for XYZ, and it'll write the whole thread for me. And I just copy and paste, and it takes me 2 minutes. Like do it on my phone, on my computer, anywhere. But yeah, that's a format of content that absolutely crushes.
And a lot of people don't realize that Facebook is actually paying people to post now. They actually have monetization features. So talk about, some people are making a lot of money. I mean, I'm making some money, but I'm not making a lot of money yet. But so talk about the monetization features of Facebook. Yeah.
So this is on pages have it, but also on personal profiles. So about 3 years ago, Facebook rolled out professional mode for profiles, and anybody can turn this on. This essentially turns your profile into kind of like it has the same functionality as a page. Analytics, the ability to monetize on there. And the content monetization program is invite only right now. And they're a little mysterious about what the qualifications are. They don't really tell you, which is unfortunate, but just keep posting, keep creating, and you'll get an invite. They keep inviting people. But yeah, they pay you for text posts, basically anything that you post, text, images, stories, reels, everything that you post, they will pay based on views, reach, and engagement on there. The amount that you make varies a lot. The most I've made in 1 month is about $10,000 from Facebook, which is great. I know there are people that have made even more than I have. Right now, I think I'm making $2,500 to $3,000 a month from Facebook. My views are down a little bit, but I'm not complaining. It's free money from Facebook. They pay me. I'm not paying them to reach. So it's great. And you can make a lot of extra money just by posting. And that's just one aspect of things, right? Like the real benefit of doing this is to drive traffic to your lead magnets, your offers, whatever it is that you're trying to sell, or however you're trying to capture their attention for your email list, or whatever it is. The monetization program is just icing on the cake.
I love it. So let's talk about your company, what you got going on, and how I can't believe how quickly faceless videos are destroying YouTube, all these other platforms, making so much money, and you're ahead of the curve. So let's talk about your company.
Yeah. So thank you. Yeah. Syllaby, and it's SYLLABY.io. We started Syllaby a little over 3 years ago now. And I wanted to help people create videos easier, because video marketing has changed my life. It's given me everything that I've ever wanted, to be frank. And so it's become my personal mission to help provide the tips, tools, and strategies to help change other people's lives as well. And that's why I wanted to create Syllaby. And so Syllaby is the entire process, from topic ideas to video scripts, creates the actual video for you. And then you can schedule and publish up to 30 days to every single social media platform. So, another thing, when I say, create 5 to 10 to 20 pieces of content, you can fully automate it. You can automate up to 5 videos a day to every social media platform entirely inside Syllaby for your target demographic, on topics and messaging that is interesting to your buyer or your target audience. We have thousands of Syllaby active users. So it's amazing to see how many videos get produced every single day. And yeah, it's been amazing. You don't even need to show up on camera anymore. How it works is just kind of high level overview. If you want to do the whole flow, you can type in a topic. It'll show you what questions people are searching for online with real data. The data is not AI, it's real data based on what people are searching for. And then with one click, it'll generate a video script for you. And then you can adjust all of the settings however you want, add background music, add subtitles on the screen, make the video perfect, choose your different art style. If you are familiar with AI, we have some of the latest and most powerful AI models built in. So Sora and Google VO3 and Seed Dream. VO 3.1 is coming out very, very soon as well. So you can create those AI generated videos, faceless, and then you can connect all of your social media profiles and automatically schedule, publish to all of them.
And that sounds like a dream, because I know a lot of people like me, when you first started, you're like, oh, I don't know what to talk about today.
Yep.
I don't know if I got to show up on camera. I got to write a script now. So this seems like it's the idiot's guide to creating faceless videos.
Yeah, we've made it as simple as possible. It really does all of that. I mean, you can literally have 30 days of scheduled videos talking to your target demographic in 10 minutes.
That's incredible. But now, not only are you doing that, but you have a book coming out, which, like I said, I can't wait to get the audio, and I can't wait to get the hard copy. So I'm going to pre-order mine on Amazon today. So talk about that. What you got coming up next?
Yeah. I've been this book is 20 years in the making, but I spent the last year actually writing it and working on it. Hired a book coach. Believe it or not, the book is not AI at all. I wanted to challenge myself to see if I could write a book, and it was hard. So respect to all the authors out there. But yeah, the book is called Virality. So Virality with an exclamation point. It's available for pre-order right now on Amazon. I'm truly blessed. It's already a bestseller before it's released, which is truly a blessing. But it's a 2-part book. So the first part of the book is 20 years of lessons that I've learned in marketing. So I kind of talked about at the beginning of this podcast, my journey. This goes deep. And it's not really autobiographical. It's more about like, these are the tactical lessons that I've learned from working in social media marketing and digital marketing for 20 years. Lots of actionable takeaways. And then the second half of the book is like your exact playbook to going viral and growing your business on social media. Specific step-by-step frameworks, strategies, examples, everything that you need for every single social media platform. I've gone viral on every single social media platform. That's why I called it virality. That's why I feel comfortable saying I wrote the book on virality. I reach billions of people, millions of followers across the board. And it's just me giving everything that I've learned, poured my heart and soul into this book. I really think that this book, if you read it, you listen to it, you take notes, there's sections in each chapter of what were your big takeaways, what are your action steps, and what timeline are you going to give yourself. You can use this book as a actual workbook. I firmly believe it'll change your life, and it'll drastically help your business online, your personal brand online, however you want to grow and show up.
And you can pre-order it today just for $1 on Amazon, right?
Yep. It's 99 cents on Amazon right now, only for the pre-order. The book itself comes out December 1st, and it'll be normal price then. But I wanted to make everybody, literally the lowest that I could possibly list it on Amazon for everybody. 99 cents. It's called Virality with an exclamation point. You can type in Virality Austin Armstrong, you'll find it.
I love it. So now this is a teaching podcast. So if somebody was looking to starting it, just brand new, starting a business, what would be your top 3 pieces of advice for them if they're just starting their business in October of 2025?
Find a coach or mentor that has done what you're looking to do, that can help fast track your success and help you overcome any pitfalls that you might not necessarily know. I'm a huge advocate for paying for coaching and consulting, and just do that. Spend the money. It'll be worth it. Create organic content at scale. It's a marathon. But when you know who you're trying to reach, and the pain points they're dealing with, you can create really helpful content. Just show up every single day, as much as you can every single day. Batch your content, schedule it ahead of time, whatever works for you. Just show up consistently. And don't be afraid to pivot, and know when to pivot as well. There's a nuance of quitting and pivoting too early before you've given it an actual test. But in business, don't be afraid to pivot and change your offerings and change your messaging. Just give it enough time before you do that.
I love it. Now, I'm a big professional wrestling guy. I love pro wrestling. And I always used to love when they used to talk and they would shoot on their friends. They would talk about their friends. So I'm going to ask you a few questions and just give me your answer, how you feel about these gentlemen, because I know how I feel about them in my heart. Mr. Joseph Graham.
Yeah, he's fantastic. Joseph and I had a great conversation, podcast interview a month or so ago, and we've been connected online for a while, and he's just an amazing individual.
Mr. Jonathan Mast.
Oh, Jonathan is one of my favorite humans in AI. I have had the privilege of hanging out with him many, many times, grabbing dinner together, deep conversations. I learned from him. He's one of the best prompt engineers in the world. I've shared stages with him at conferences all around the country. Truly an incredible individual that I'm honored to call a friend and colleague. And
last but definitely not least, Mr. Dennis Yu.
Dennis Yu wrote the foreword of my book, by the way. I love Dennis Yu. Somebody, just the OG search engine engineer. He's been in the game forever. I had a chance to share the stage and hang out with him at a DigiMarCon event a couple years ago now, but just a wealth of digital marketing knowledge in every facet, every capacity of the word. One of the OGs, one of the people that I aspire to be like in my professional speaking career. Dennis, I think, does like 50 events all around the world. The guy is a public speaking machine. Someone I absolutely respect, look up to, and have learned from for well over a decade.
I love it. So how do we find you? How do we support you? How do we get into your ecosystem? And how do we get to your website again?
My Syllaby website is syllaby.io. You can connect with me. I'm active on every social media. My personal brand website is austinarmstrong.ai. I am most active on Facebook, but if you look up Austin Armstrong online, I am the nerdy AI with glasses Austin Armstrong. I am not the defensive coach of the Florida Gators Austin Armstrong, nor am I the 6 foot tall, curly haired relationship influencer Austin Armstrong. I'm that business nerd right there in the middle.
You're the good looking guy. So, brother, I just want to say I'm truly grateful and humbled that we actually got to hang out today. And I want to give a big shout out to Joseph Graham. Big shout out to Celsius. Without you guys, we wouldn't be doing what we're doing. When I hang up, I'm actually going to go pre-order my book because I can't wait to get it in my hands. And I just want to say thank you. I'm truly humbled and grateful that not only did we connect on social media, but we became friends. So I just want to say I'm truly humbled and grateful. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless, brother. It's been an honor to be on the show with you.
I love it, guys. And, I always end the show with every morning when we wake up, we have a choice. We can become a victim or we could be a victor. And if you listen to this show for the last 13 years, you're no longer victims of your past. You're victors of your present and your future. Thank you guys for always showing up. And remember that vertical momentum, the only way to go is up. I love you guys. Have a great week. Austin, my brother, keep kicking ass and taking names.
You too. You too, my friend.